So this is not the original video that was planned to be aired right now, but I just saw this.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Courtney Ryan, and I thought this topic was interesting, and I've actually never discussed it before, which is why intelligent men might struggle with dating. Let me know down in the comments if you resonate with any of the points that I discuss in this video.
And you all just saw this video where I'm teaching you how to be more intelligent men. It's kind of too perfect. So even though you weren't supposed to see this video next, what am I supposed to do? God just dropped this in my lap. I'm not going to ignore it. And you know how we do with these response videos. We can't put it in the comments. What I have to say would take way too long, so we do this. Here on this channel, we are no stranger to a Courtney Ryan video. We've responded to her before. Now, just to be clear, in case you all are new, this is not a hate video whatsoever. Courtney Ryan does amazing videos helping men and women and helping people and all the things that we're about on this channel. So don't send her any hate. If anything, her audience is much bigger than mine, but if you all like her and you have not seen her videos before, the original will be in the description. No, we can't forget about the D. So you can watch the whole thing. But right now, what I'm going to do, like I said, it's kind of too juicy when I was just teaching you all about how to be an intelligent man or to be more intelligent. Really, I was teaching about smarts, but we'll get into that later. But the point is, as a highly intelligent man, let's see. Let's find out how accurate what she is saying is. Now, I'm not saying that she's completely wrong. We're about to find out. But she's giving it from a woman's perspective. I'm going to give it from a perspective of a highly intelligent man. So let's see how well what she says lines up to reality. Yes, I'm going to need you to explain how being an intelligent man is a bad thing. You just did a whole video about how it's good, and now she's saying there are challenges. What are these challenges? I know, I get it. It doesn't make sense to you. You're intelligent, but what's the difference between smarts and intelligent? How is it a bad thing? It's confusing to you, but you did the right thing. You came to class. Balance of power. I got you covered with today's lesson. Dating struggles of an intelligent man. Let's get it in.
The first reason here why intelligent men might struggle with dating is because of overthinking. Research suggests that intelligent individuals tend to overthink due to their heightened cognitive abilities, leading them to analyze situations more deeply and consider multiple possibilities.
So to this first point, she's correct. That is definitely a challenge for highly intelligent men, or even regularly intelligent men. Men who think about things deeply, this is going to be a thing. Now, if you're a woman and you're watching this and you wonder how this goes, or if you're a dude who's got average intelligence and you're thinking, well, I think about stuff, I don't know if it's really the same for you. I'll give you a scenario. Let's say you're in a bar and you want to walk up to this girl you see across the room and ask her for her number. Something simple, right? If you are a highly intelligent man, what happens in your head is something like this. So if I walk over to her and ask her what her name is first, and then I ask her for the number, but that might not be enough, because if I ask her for her name and then the number, she's going to think I'm not clever enough. So I have this clever thing, but what if I go over there and I ask her out, she says, yeah, I don't have a plan for the date. But if she says no, and then her friends laugh at me, how's that going to go? So by the time you're done analyzing all of these things, homegirl's gotten her drink from the bar and dipped out and disappeared into the night with her girlfriends. You've just missed out on that opportunity because you're too busy trying to not only think about what to do, you're also thinking about the most perfect way to do it. And that is one of the things that happens to you. If you are someone who's not as intelligent as a man, you care less about being perfect. You care less about being so precise and efficient. You care more about the end result of getting it done. You're like, I gotta go ask her for a number, so I'm gonna go ask her for a number. There's a benefit to not having the over-analyzing things. There's a phrase my mentor in financial services used to say. She called it analysis paralysis, where you're too busy analyzing everything that you don't move forward with anything. You're frozen because you're calculating so many different things that could go wrong. And then even if it goes right, you're calculating that and the different angles and ways. And for me, I think of at least seven paths of what could happen. I've just trained myself to do it faster. So gentlemen, this is the solution. And if you're new here and you've never seen these videos, Balance of Power is not just talking about what goes wrong. I'm giving you actionable steps on how to fix things so you have victory in the end. Victory being you and your lady together. Now I'm saying, so how do you fix this? How is it that I was able to do this faster? First thing is, you got to recognize who you are. If you know that you're a scientist who analyzes every tiny little thing, you need to do your experimentation up front. You need to do your homework up front. You need to do everything you can ahead of time so you're not doing it on the spot. Example, I have a system to filter all of these things that I'm thinking about. All the different paths that could go wrong or go right or however, there's already a system in place for that. Now, if you're thinking about money, I've already told you exactly what to do in this video right here, how to deal with money. So that should solve all of your problems when it comes to money. Watch the video. I've done the homework for you. But with everything else, you need to have a system. You're intelligent, you love building systems, make one for this. Meaning you should have something in your back pocket that you can pull out every single time you're in a scenario. So you should already have a list of things to do with each category of women that you encounter. Meaning, if you have women in category A, where you're thinking she might be for fun, you have a list of 10 things of where you could take her. So you're not thinking about where to take her. Category B, 10 places. 10 things and places that you can do and where you could take her if she's in category B. Category C, 10 things. Category D, 10 things. You know what I'm saying. So those two solutions take care of the money and where you might need to take her. But the last portion, how do you just start talking without analyzing all of these things? For that, unfortunately, gentlemen, you're gonna need to just be more experimentative. You're going to need to Nike this bad boy and just do it. You need to jump off the cliff and just talk to more women. Now, something that's going to help you during the talking phase is to think of this as an experiment. You're intelligent, you like to analyze and whatever. Remember, your mission is not to teach. Your mission is to learn. I would say that that is your number one problem. As an intelligent man, you like teaching. It's inherent within you. You have all of this knowledge that you are used to giving out. And there's different reasons for that. And we're going to get into some of them later. But your main thing is you're ready to do this. So what you need to do is do this and just ask intelligent questions. You are the scientist, right? You like learning things, right? So learn who she is. Use this opportunity to just jump in and don't think that it's your job to say the most intelligent thing or the most perfect thing coming out of your mouth. What you need are intelligent and perfect questions. And technically, you don't even need perfect questions. They don't have to be perfectly thought out, because I just realized when I said that your idea of perfect is going to be different than the average person's. You don't need perfect by your standards. What you really need to do is have questions that hone in on her and what she's saying and what she's thinking and what she's feeling. And I'm going to get more in depth into that probably later in this. But just know, and this is probably going to be something repeated throughout this video because it's your number one problem as an intelligent man. It is not your job to teach or talk. It sounds like it. They say it. They're like, oh, he's got to come up with a perfect line. Nah, son, your job is to learn, is to soak up the game. Listen to her. Let her talk. She's going to love it. You just have to be good at prompting her to talk, like an alley-oop. You throw it up, she grabs it, and she dunks it. She just wants to dunk. She just wants to be able to, to ball out. You set it up, she'll knock it down. You just be good at setting things up. So have a system about where you're going to take her. Watch this video about how you're going to pay for it. And make sure you are a student of her / any woman you want to talk to. Let's see what this next one is.
The next thing is constantly analyzing conversations and interactions, which can lead to misinterpretations or misunderstandings, which can also increase your anxiety and your self-doubt. This can negatively impact your confidence and the ability to be relaxed in dating situations.
So with this, she's kind of right and kind of, I wouldn't say wrong, but more, she's right for the wrong reasons. So let me explain. When you're an intelligent man, are you overanalyzing as you're in the situation? Yes. I would actually see the intelligent side is like wanting to defend itself. It's not overanalyzing as in it's a negative or bad thing. It is good. Because I'm telling you right now, one of the things you think as an intelligent man is that other people don't analyze or think enough. So when you hear someone say you're overanalyzing, the first thought that you often have is no, you're just not analyzing enough. Don't get mad at me because I'm thinking about things on a deeper level than you do. You should be thinking more deeply. Mother... Now, this is not directed towards her. I'm just telling you that is what you think as an intelligent man, is that most people aren't thinking as deeply as they should. So in my brain's own defense, I hear myself shouting, it's not overanalyzing. But again, let's get back to the lecture at hand. So she's right that you're overanalyzing, but then when she talks about it being something where it's messing with your confidence, that I think is actually the reverse. You don't really, well, it actually depends on your level of intelligence and where you are on that scale. There is a scale. It's not just you're at a bar and that's it. Bar as in bar of status or level, not bar as in drinking. Just anyway. See, I just did it right there. Analyzing, making sure that you understand what I'm talking about. Anyway, so when you're at a certain level and above, it crosses over into you don't have a lack of confidence. If anything, you have a lack of understanding, or what's the word? You have a lack of tolerance of other people's intelligence levels. You don't think it matches up. And so therefore you will have this air of arrogance that you have to watch and take note of in your life. So you're analyzing and you're thinking to yourself, not, wow, how am I moving? How am I talking? This is bad. This is this. Yeah, maybe. Not that it never happens, but usually that happens with an intelligent man who's not that used to talking to women at all. But if he has any experience with women, he's not thinking where his idea of himself is going down. It's more his idea of who he's talking to goes down, and his idea of himself starts to go up. You have to, as an intelligent man, watch out for your arrogance that can pop out. You will, and you know you do this. Think, how does this person not know this information? I don't understand how they could think this way. Or how did they not analyze this? How did they not think about that? How you start to judge the other person. You're not so much analyzing your own behavior as you're analyzing theirs. And you're judging and looking up and down them like, you start to think that they're beneath you, not because of their looks, not because of their money, it's because you're thinking about how they think. There is sometimes a lack of humility that comes with you being highly intelligent or overly intelligent. But then again, once you get to a certain level, hopefully, gentlemen, you recognize the truth. And this is your solution. You recognize the truth that for as intelligent as you are, you're not the end all be all. You ain't that everything in a bag of chips. It's not you. You ain't him. You might be dope in this area of intelligence, but what other areas are you lacking in? So you need to make sure you've got a level of humility that keeps that judgment in check. Because yes, you will be analyzing and overanalyzing everything that happens, but like I said, I don't think she's completely accurate with it bringing your confidence down. If anything, if you've seen, what is that show? I only saw one episode of The Big Bang Theory, the first episode. But I've seen enough clips to watch the nerds go back and forth between who's got the better PhD, who's more intelligent.
I'm Dr. Sheldon Cooper, BS, MS, MA, PhD, and SCD. OMG, right?
And who's this, who's that? Nerds, or I should say highly intelligent men, it's the same competition that you have with any man who's at a high level. So basketball players will brag about who's the best basketball players. Rappers will be like, I'm better than you. I'm numero uno. Like, you will have cats talking about how they're the best, and men who are highly intelligent are no different. That competition of, I'm smarter than you, how dare you not know that, or blah, blah, blah. Like, all of that still happens. So you need to recognize the truth that just because you're good in this column of intelligence, is the rest of your life put together? Are you as strong as you should be? Are you as physically strong as you should be? Are you as emotionally as strong as you should be? Are you financially as strong as you should be? Just because you have massive brain power doesn't mean everything else is put together and perfect. So keep yourself humble. Fortunately for me, God has put me through a lot of different things early on in my life that has kept that arrogance, intelligent-wise, in check. I still hear the things in my head, so I know what y'all be thinking, but instantaneously, as soon as I hear it, the other things kick in and go, slap that dude in the back of my head who's thinking he's all that. He gets knocked down quickly and reminded that every single person that you talk to has something to teach you. That if you're truly intelligent, you will recognize your lack, but you will also recognize others' value. That they have values and skills and things not only that you don't have, but you can learn from. So again, the thing I already said in the first thing, you are a student. You should be learning. Stop being so obsessed with teaching/judging.
I think the first thing here that can really help is just recognizing when and if you're doing these things, which is the point of my video today. I think a lot of people might have these struggles with dating and not even realize that they're struggling with it, but hearing it from an outside perspective could help you sort of pinpoint what the issue might be.
So this right here, gentlemen and ladies, is one of the major keys that she's said so far. And she's right that it's a thing that happens. I'm going to break it down for you a little bit further, though. So, gentlemen, and again, ladies, you might not know this. Gentlemen, we kind of know it. As soon as I say it, you're going to be like, oh, yeah, that's right. Ladies, this is a foreign concept to you. We, as men, do a lot of things just instinctively. We know how to do things. We know what to do. We know the stuff. We just function a lot on autopilot. We don't have a lot of time or desire. We don't even think about the concept of thinking about the whys of what we do. We just think we have a mission, we need to get it done. We have something action-wise, so let's just do it. Ladies, for you, many of the things you do are analyzing the in-depth pieces of how it goes down and what happens. Everything I'm doing on this channel, it takes concentration for me to look into myself and figure out how this is all working. Now, I've got the benefit of having done this my whole life, but if I hadn't been studying relationships and people and all these different topics for decades, as a man, I'm not predisposed to be able to just talk about it like that. One, we don't really talk as much We're more action people. But really, it's like this. Your track, ladies, is based on why. A man's track is based on what? More breakdown? Okay. Women, you want to know, why did something happen? Why is it this way? Why is it that? Why proposes way more in-depth introspection. It makes you have to think about the mechanics of what goes on in the inside. For us, we're about the what. What happened? What went on? What are the results? What is the cost? What? The action, the surface, the results. We're very results, speed, get to the end oriented. It's way more about execution than it is about introspection. And so therefore, when it comes to knowing how we function and what goes on the inside, we're not predisposed to do all of that internal looking and work and things that would require you to know how it works. All we know is it works. And that's really all we care about often is, does it work, does it not? Do I win or do I not? Are we making money or are we not? Do we finish the mission or are we not? Did we get to the finish line or did we not? What happened? The what is massive for us. And ladies, the why is massive for you. We need both. And it doesn't mean that women can never think about what. It doesn't mean that men can never think about why. There are times when it crosses over. But the major questions that control how we function, for ladies, it's the why. For men, it's the what. And the who, sometimes it depends on what it is for men. And for ladies, that also is the thing that creeps in, the who. But for the most part, it's why and what. So when she talks about this being something that happens to intelligent men and they don't even know what's going on, abso-freaking-lutely. If I wasn't someone where this was something I studied, I'd be oblivious to this very easily. Because I'd be more functioning, or more focused, rather, on what happens at the end. Even with my knowledge, I'm still like, how do I get you a victory? How do I get you a W? How do I get you to the end? But considering the end, we're going to stop right here. This is a long, very introspective video. So we're going to make this into a part 2. So you're going to have to stay tuned to see what happens next. So if you're watching this live and the next video isn't out, watch these videos in order to prepare yourself so you understand what we talked about already in this, and prepare yourself for the next set of videos. But if the next one's already out, watch part 2. Duh. Be intelligent with it. Alright, so watch these videos, but until next time, no. Deuce deuce.